Yo, what's happening?
Yeah, you already know what it is.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Heated Discussion Podcast.
You already know. We got my boy J Thomas.
A.K.A. TheDreadMan.
One line, one love, baby.
Oh,
You know what I'm
really?
saying? We got a couple subjects that we want to touch
Yes, sir.
tonight, you know what I'm saying?
Let's get into some grown folks conversation.
Might be a little sensitive or something.
Yeah, it might be so sensitive, but we're going to keep it real. And I'm going to keep it all the way funky, because if I ain't agreeing with these two, we will have a heated discussion.
That's right. All right, fellas, so let's kick this thing off. Domestic violence. Ooh. This is a very, very sensitive topic. I mean, some of us have been on both sides. Some of us have seen it growing up. Some of us, have, we didn't experience this in more than one way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sales, what is your thoughts on domestic violence? And, have you seen it or experienced it for yourself? And if so, how did you deal with it?
Domestic violence. I really ain't never really seen no domestic violence going up in my house or I don't put my hands on females. But mentally, I fuck a bitch head up here. And you can beat a bitch that way too sometimes. Like, you can beat a bitch mentally. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be physical, because you can beat a bitch mentally, break a bitch down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But physically, no.
All right, bro, man. What's your thoughts on domestic violence? Anything that you want to share with us about it?
Shit, unfortunately, I've been a part of all three sides.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I seen my mom go through it when I was young, and that I didn't like it because I didn't feel like she deserved what she had went through, but at the same time, I also felt like she made that choice to keep going back through it. And I was just so young, but it just had a fire in me.
You saying your mother was a sucker?
Nah, but love make you do some stupid shit sometimes.
You can't help who you love.
Cause my wife stayed with me, and I drug her through hell, and she didn't deserve none of that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I just used to just randomly do this shit, like, just for nothing. And the thing that drove me the craziest about it is, like, but it showed how much she loved me. She would lie for me. When my family would ask her what happened, she would make up some story.
Oh, that was some type of kinky shit.
No, but
that was some type of kinky shit.
No. But I would always tell the truth, because I wanted to take accountability for it, because you shouldn't have to cover for something, because anybody that you love, you will treat like you treat yourself.
Yeah,
and you ain't gonna beat yourself.
A lot of people don't
so
do that.
I beat them. Now the third part of that trifecta is I made sure I didn't do that to the next female I was with. But unfortunately, the next female did the shit to me. And I felt like it was karma.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I really felt
Yeah.
But she tried to kill me.
I mean,
But on some dumb shit.
I always say crazy words like bitches and all that shit. That's because the way I talk. But a female will beat you down too.
Oh no, this was physical and verbal.
Yeah.
She tried to kill me.
If you go through your girl's phone, that means she beating you down in some type of way.
Yeah.
I did
And that's something we're gonna get into later.
I did get stabbed in the process.
Yeah.
But I've been a part of all three, and I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how the hell my wife stayed with me as long as she did, because when I was getting my ass handed to me, I wasn't feeling that.
How you feel on the situation, TheDreadMan? How you feel on that situation right now?
Let me tell y'all, fellas. Now, I never seen it growing up with my mom and dad. My mom and dad have mostly a stable marriage, but my mom and my pops, they grew up watching domestic violence. Well, it's mainly my mom, because my grandfather. Like, normally I wasn't comfortable talking about this, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. My grandfather.
The color purple and shit.
No, I'm saying, like, but I mean, my grandfather, he was an alcoholic. Like, he was a heavy drinker. And my grandmother, him and my grandma used to fight all the time, and she's 95 years old, God bless her soul. She's still alive today.
Yeah.
And my mother grew up watching them fight all the time. and that's unhealthy. So they did their best to make sure that I didn't grow up watching what my mom and dad what they grew up watching. So they did their best to do that.
Yeah.
Now on the other
So your
hand,
mother probably some type of monster.
you don't know that. You don't know that.
Like, she a fucking mother. I ain't going for that shit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
13 years on that.
Oh, of course. All right, but yeah. Now, I have experienced domestic violence for myself. I've been on the opposite end of domestic violence. Now, long story short.
Hold on, don't long story short that.
Oh, God. Y'all want me to go through? Y'all want me to go?
I want to hear the heated discussion that happened where you getting
Alright, here we go. This happened when I'm gonna tell y'all the whole story. Alright. So this happened around spring 2018 when I was messing with this cougar.
How?
She was 42 and I was 28 at the time.
42.
Oh yeah. And let's just say let's just say I dropped it off in a pretty good. Alright, we here. But y'all gotta be careful because August Alsina made that same mistake. Y'all gotta be careful when y'all drop it off in them cougar chicks. Don't do that. Because I learned my lesson. But anyway, see, when you drop it off in the right, then that's when they start to go crazy. That's when you start to get the whole crazy stalker shit. We're gonna talk about this later. But yeah.
That was what happened with me. But she was younger than me.
No, oh my God. Older women do it too. Matter of fact, older women are worse. I'm gonna tell you that.
No, we was good until sex came into the play, and
Lord.
She lost her mind. The last female that shall remain nameless.
Yeah, we ain't gonna say no names. Yeah.
My boy went 6 months trying to get some pup, and this bitch beat him. Wow. I'm sorry to keep saying bitch.
Yes.
Hey, but this is a rated R, stream. This is 17 plus.
Yeah.
This is 17 plus, so you ain't got no business watching this if you ain't 17 plus. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Now, the night that the whole incident happened, I was going to her house or whatever. And, she questioned me about some things. Who is this girl? Yada, yada, yada. And I was like, man, I'm not trying to hear this. I'm out. And then, as I'm leaving the house, she throws a broom at the back of my head. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Okay. And then she jumped in front of me, trying to keep me from leaving the house. Mm-hmm. And then I said, if you don't move, I'm going to move you. Oh. And then, as I proceeded to, try to move her out of the way. No, well, she slapped my hand away from the door. But I'm going to tell you, this is what set me off. When she was yelling at me, she spit in my face when she yelled at me. She didn't do it like that, but when she was yelling at me, she dropped a spit, landed in my face. So I yoked her up and then threw her ass on the couch. And then that's when her daughter came down, listening to us fighting or whatever. Then I got cracked over the head with a broom again. Got 4 of my dreads ripped out. And then, as we are talking, as I'm trying to get out of the house, she, those little scooters, the little kids, the little metal scooters, she tried to bust the windows out of my car.
Or the Raiders.
Nah, yeah, one of them Raiders scooters.
Yeah, my son got one.
She tried to bust the windows out of my car with that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That nigga beat somebody's grandma.
Okay.
Nah, I'm fucking.
Yeah, you already in this car?
Yes, I was already in the car when she tried to bust the windows out.
So you could have just drove away?
I did drive away. But I had to record it for proof for court and everything, for legal reasons. So, yeah. But that was pretty much the gist of it. But,
did you feel bad afterwards?
I mean, I ain't...
at least.
I mean, of course I felt bad because it didn't have to escalate to that point. Yeah. But the thing is...
It should never escalate to that.
Some shorties be trying to square with me because I'm short.
Yeah, same me. I'm 5'5" and 140 pounds.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
I'm like, they want to square out with it.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Come on,
walk away.
We're going to walk away.
I mean, the thing, all right, now here's the thing. Now, y'all follow me on this. There is a difference between domestic violence and self-defense. When you protect yourself, when you defend yourself, you are well within your rights to do so. I mean, don't get extreme, but don't beat somebody within the inch of their life. I ain't saying that. But it is perfectly okay to protect and defend yourself. Domestic is not okay. Self-defense is. That's the only difference I got with that.
I was told that I should have handled that situation a little differently.
We know about this.
But I ain't. It would have been both.
We know about that,
but if you defended yourself, but here's the thing: you got to prove that in court. If she want to take you to court, or she want to take it to the legal system, you got to prove that you was defending yourself.
All right, check that out. As we've been in quarantine, right? A lot of domestic and a lot of mental health issues have been going on. Even probably like kids that wish they can go to school. You know what I'm saying? Because they get mistreated at home. And then you got kids that go to school just to get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff going on.
Or just to be around other kids
but
that eat.
Mental health is a real big issue too.
Right.
And it got a lot to do with domestic violence because the things that are going on right now in this world.
Right. Because
To a degree, they do go hand in hand to a degree.
Yeah,
yes, because a lot of people, the thing is, a lot of people are so used to being in a certain, they have a routine. They so used to being around people that when you stick them in a box, they don't know how to act. Like, and then that's when all that stuff come out. You know what I'm saying?
But if you go to jail, it's like they care. Them niggas know what they do.
The thing is,
you know what I'm saying? Like, but some people ain't used to that.
That's what I mean. Like, the thing is, like, when you get in that most alone, you become institutionalized. Yeah. Like, you're so used to it that you forget what life on the outside is like. Yeah. So,
I got claustrophobia a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's more in depth than that. It's like when you do got issues, because, you know what I'm saying, I got issues.
Mm-hmm.
And they say that you are normal because you have a level of intelligence that they deem is too high to have a mental issue.
Not you normal,
they think unknown.
No. It's not how it was explained in my situation. Because I'm bipolar and schizophrenic.
Define normal to me.
To me, normal is in the eye of the beholder. My thing is people that say that people with mental issues not normal, they not normal. Because who's to say what normal is?
Exactly.
Normal is whatever it is to each individual.
If I got to piss and I go outside the tree and they're like, oh, that boy nasty. That's unnormal. Nah, bitch, I'm not gonna fuck my bladder system up. That's unnormal.
Yeah.
But see, it wasn't normal.
But there's not enough help out there for people with mental issues. Like, this whole COVID shit and fucked up a lot of shit, but even before then, you can't get the help that you really want. You can't get the help that you really want.
And see, if you ask 10 different people what normal is, you're going to get 10 different answers. Yeah. So, that's the thing. So,
and that's why I mean, this heated discussion, because everybody got their own goddamn opinion about everything that goes on.
Right.
You can feel it. See, me, mental illness, it's a lack of attention to a person that ain't got nobody to talk to. You feel me? I can talk to you 15 minutes a day about what you're going through, and you don't mind talking to me about the situation, your health will be better. Yeah. But you want to not let nobody know what's wrong with you because you think that person going to go tell the next person, and they talking about you.
Or you think nobody don't care.
Oh, you think somebody don't care? Yeah, you think nobody don't care.
It's not enough help out there. So you get tired of asking for help that you're not receiving, so you try to do it your own way, whether it's self-medicate or do what some people do. Yeah. But it's like you can't sit there and judge somebody and say that they normal, because normal is each individual person's interpretation of it. Right. Yeah, you can be intelligent, but you can also be a fucking serial killer. Exactly. Some of those people, if you watch these shows, the most intelligent one is the worst one when it comes to, it's one thing to be intelligent, but to be a psycho with it, it's like peanut butter and jelly. You're going to think of creative ways to do shit and get away with it. They got away with it for years. But don't put people in that situation.
How long is it going to satisfy you to unsatisfied?
Exactly. You can only do so much.
Yeah.
And see, here's the thing. Like with mental health, especially mental health, I'm going to bring this up in the black community. Oh. Like, here's the thing. Mental health in the black community is so looked over. Everybody overlooks it because, see, here's the thing. When black men vent to somebody, when we say that we need somebody to talk to, we need help, we either, ain't nothing wrong with you. It ain't nothing wrong. You just want attention. The thing is, that person, that attention, they might do something that's a cry for help. Yeah. They might get, the thing is, and that's why some black kids be acting out. That's because, guess what?
But you gotta think how many
but see, here's the thing. Like, I understand there's people that cry wolf, but the thing is, there's some people who do crazy, outlandish shit just for attention. Like I said, but that's a cry for help.
Yeah.
And like I said, the thing is, with black men, like, a lot of society look at black men like we ain't got no feelings, like we emotionless. And that's the problem. But the thing is, like, we bottle that shit up for so long that the only way that some people come out is it's like, well, violence. And the thing is, like, he's like, well, black men, they the most likely to go to jail, the most likely to commit suicide. See, the black suicide rate, they said is double than last, like, because like they said like in the past, I don't know, 5 or 10 years, the black suicide rate can double. So it's more black men.
Only make 13%
of the U.S. population. Yeah, and we doubled the suicide. Yeah.
It's the mentality of each person. Motherfuckers motherfuckers be willing to die for respect. So they say, but don't respect themselves.
Exactly.
So how much respect do you want when you don't even respect yourself?
But how much attention do you need if you're dead and you can't?
It's not about attention. That's the shit that be killing me. Why the fuck would somebody do something? It's the first thing they think.
But see, like said, what they doing is a crop of help.
Maybe they wanting your ass.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta stop dismissing shit. Because the motherfuckers that get dismissed is the ones that do you dirty. Like,
exactly.
Stop judging books by their cover.
On that note, just pray to God, man. It's actually better days and have somebody to talk to and don't be scared to talk to somebody. Yeah. But my boy, what'd you say? You wanted to talk about
All right. Now, I went over this last night on my personal Facebook page.
all right.
Now, when you in a relationship, you know, male, female, whatever, like when we in relationships, everybody got that little honeymoon period, that little 3 or 4 month period. That,
3 or 4 months? That should have lasted 2 weeks with me.
Oh, shit, I mean, well, it's different with people, but like everybody got that little joke where everything is all peaches and cream, can't nothing go wrong. And then when you start to know the real them, then that's when you start to see like everything that make them tick.
Yeah, the person don't stand either. It might land long.
Yeah, like I said, it depends on the person. But like if your partner tell you that they need some space, what does that mean to you? Like, the thing is, like, how much distance do you need? How much distance is too much distance?
I ain't gonna lie. I told Shorty like this. You can fuck with me, and we can have the most fun in the world. You feel me? But we don't go together. And what I do, don't let it ruin your day.
Right.
Alright. And if we in relationships, we're gonna need breaks. Unless you got a job. That's a break right there.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, is
I
can't be around my
some
girl.
people don't see each other.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's the thing.
If you work nights, she work days. Y'all not gonna see each other.
Exactly. Like I said, you know, between jobs and holidays and kids and all that stuff, like you know, there's only so many hours in the day. I can't see you 24 hours in the day. You know. Of course, part of a relationship is making time. I'm gonna make time. That's
sacrificing time.
Exactly. Well, sacrificing time.
Because there's times that you sacrifice. It's a sacrifice.
Like to me, when they say they want space, that's enough. Don't be hitting me up every time. I'm gonna do what I do and hope you don't find out about it. But give me enough space to at least be able to do that shit.
Now,
that's all that means to me.
Space. How much?
Exactly. That's exactly what I meant.
I said just enough. Did you not call me up every day? You not riding by every day?
How much
checking
space
on
do you need before you pull your dick out?
I'm single, so I mean,
I'm talking about you're in a relationship, man.
Yeah.
Well, damn, I did wait 6 months. The last one, I mean, that's abnormal. But
yeah,
normally, in my younger years, that's got to be the first night.
But
like my younger years, got to be the first night. I'm definitely on the.
But see, check this out. Like, if I'm in a relationship, I'm not gonna want to be up under your ass 24/7. I'm not gonna be doing some crazy outlandish shit like checking your emails and your DMs and you know.
I'm not going through the phone.
I'm not doing that. Like that's a different topic for another day. I learned my lesson. Never go through their phone. Cause guess what?
You ain't gonna like what you find.
Exactly, ladies. I'm gonna get up close and personal with this question. But ladies, what the hell possesses y'all? What is in y'all's DNA to want to go through a man's phone? Because one, you ain't gonna like what you find it anyway, and two, if you don't find nothing, you gonna look stupid.
But if you go in there,
oh my God, you go on their phone, it's World War III, bro.
No, but you gonna see everything.
You go to your phone,
but I don't got nothing to hide.
You don't got nothing to hide. You can get some
They do. They do.
But I mean,
they do.
But see, here's the thing. When I'm in a relationship,
but sometimes the bitch they like to compete. They can't be cheerleaders no more because they gained too much weight, so they want to compete with the next bitch that you text.
I tell her, fuck it. I don't put no waka waka on. I don't put no waka waka on.
Or just try to control you to the degree that when you want you to find out if another girl interested in you because they done blocked them secretly.
Yeah, but see, and the thing is, like, that's too much of a headache. That's too much stressful. Like, if I, like, the thing is, I don't have time to ask you, because I was insecure. Like, in my earlier years, when I was 20, 21, I would do the little insecure stalker and shit like that. And the thing is, I done had that shit done to me several times. Like, if I go, like, even in one of my past relationships, this is like a relationship from like 7 to 8 years ago. Like, if my girl told me she was going out with her homegirls, I'd be like, okay, have fun. Like, I'm not gonna be. No, I told her straight up. Like, the thing is, I knew.
But you outside the club.
Yeah. But see, no, I not. But see, here's the thing, because like
outside the club.
When I was 20-something, but I was also big when I was 20. I ain't have a girl. I had a wife.
Like, hold on,
I'm definitely out in the parking lot.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna be. The thing is, I don't have the time for that shit. The thing is, I don't have the mental capacity. Not the mental capacity, but I ain't got the time or the effort to put in that shit. I ain't got time to be asking you where you going, who you with, what time you leave, when you gonna be back. I don't have time for that.
You just don't want to control. That's all. You don't want to control somebody.
Exactly.
When you want to control somebody, that's when you do. I'm in the parking lot shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can have a good girl and no shit will do that.
Exactly.
And when I realized this one thing when I was married in 20 years, I was looking for something like gold. I kept finding copper. I had a diamond the whole time that was riding with me.
Don't be no Forrest Gump for these bitches, though.
But I know, but that sometimes somebody make a mistake and they want to make sure they don't make that same mistake with the next. But sometimes the next ain't worth the effort.
Exactly. It's a new era with business.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's why I say I don't have time to play Inspector Gadget. I ain't got time to be Private Eye and shit like that. I don't like the thing is because it's more trouble. It's more stress than it's worth. It's more trouble than it's worth.
You might want to do that right now because you might.
Oh, believe me. Oh, yeah. Like I do my.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and think that they're innocent.
You might spy with
believe
I
everything.
ain't gonna lie. I mean, before that,
I spy with my little eye, my girl thigh.
But yo, this is for the ladies and the fellas listening. Now, here's the thing. Now, when you decide how serious you want to take somebody, do your homework. Yo, do your homework on them. Because I'm gonna tell you this.
Homework is a must.
Yo, you do your homework before you. Yeah.
No. Sometimes they got falsified documents in that book you reading.
But see, that's the reason why.
You know what I'm saying? Falsified documents.
But bro, that's what I said. That's what I said in the beginning. You don't know the real them until you like 2 or 3 months in.
You still don't know the real them.
In 2 weeks, bro. No. You gotta make them mad. You make them happy, then you make them real mad.
But see, that's the thing. Like, I don't do
know how to make a girl real mad. It's like, damn, we was at the club tonight. We was popping, but your friend had that dress on. You see that shit? You see how mad she got.
That's
but see, you know that's called. Y'all know that's called. Yo, y'all know that's called. That's called shit testing.
Yeah.
That's and the thing is,
it's also called an act.
But see, yo, here's the thing, because it don't matter if you've been with somebody for a couple. The thing is, like, whether it's the day you meet somebody or 5 years down the road, eventually the person that you with, they gonna try you. They gonna, test you just to see what bullshit you gonna put up with and what you not gonna put up with.
There's a lot of narcissistic people out there.
They gonna put
men and women.
But alright, now we go talk about loyalty.
Right, exactly.
Check this out, cause you led it that way. You know what I'm saying? But you can meet somebody tomorrow that can help your future more than the person that you know grew up. Yeah, exactly. The nigga you grew up with you don't want to see
succeed.
You do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But that nigga that's been seeing you doing your thing, doing his fine, they like, oh, I like the way he move. you know what? We're gonna make this shit happen like this.
But you know why? Because they see a little bit of themselves in you.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the reason why. Because they see themselves in you.
And then you wonder why your friends don't see a little bit of their self in you unless y'all doing a crime.
But then you gotta ask yourself, are they really your friends or are they competing with you on the low? You gotta ask that.
Loyalty is just a word. And it depends on the person that's interpreting it. Because to me, it means look out your ass late. When anybody throw that word out constantly, it's like they gotta constantly remind you that they there. Yeah, why are you here though? You here, but why are you here?
But see, and that's the thing.
Yeah, man, what's your intention?
But see, here's the thing. This is what y'all like. Whether it's a homeboy or whether it's I'm in a relationship with a female or whatever, I don't associate myself with somebody because of what they can do for me and they can offer me something. I do it because I fuck with them and who they are. They showed me something. Yeah, they showed me something about them that nobody else got. Yeah. And it's like that's something hard to come by. It ain't about what you can do for me, what you can do for me. It's do I fuck with you? Yeah. Do we have something in common? Can I be around you and feel comfortable and feel safe? Do I think you're gonna do some shady shit behind my back? Absolutely not. Because if I see any red flags, I'm out of there. Because
I got this money to do this, but I don't know how to do this. You feel me? Can you help me do this if I put the money in this? Because you like to do the same thing.
And once again, that's hard to come by.
And that's hard to come by. That's what I'm saying.
Because a lot of people too, it's like, well, what am I going to get out of this deal? And that's the thing.
Either they're too focused on what they got established.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like, damn.
Like, God, damn.
But loyalty is just the word. Not enough people actually genuinely show it.
Yeah.
And they don't mean it. Like, you can just throw it out there. I'm loyal. Don't say that shit.
Loyalty,
You gotta show me that.
Loyalty comes from
you can't say it. You gotta show me that.
Exactly.
From your family, from your girl, to your kids, to anybody.
Anybody. You can't say it.
If you can't leave nothing or nowhere without somebody's taking it.
Exactly.
Loyalty is coming to exist.
And my father told me this, and Dad, thank you for this quote. My dad told me that loyalty has no receipts. If you don't keep trying to
hell no, you ain't supposed to keep no goddamn track about what she did.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Loyalty ain't got no receipts. Because the thing is, if
God got blessed stuff.
Exactly. It's like, because I can't stand people saying, well, I did this for you. You owe me one. That's not what this is about. That's not the way the game goes. It's like, if I got you, I got you. I'm not going to, keep track of favors. I'm not going, if
I just did something for you.
It's the goodness, yeah.
Nah, if I did something for you, it's genuine.
Exactly.
And then God owed me one.
Yeah. See, you build your own karma up by doing that.
Huh?
You build your own karma up. That's good karma.
God
doing a good favor, doing somebody a favor just because out of the goodness of your heart. And a lot of people don't do that.
Because sometimes God don't be there when I do. You know what I'm saying? I pull up on you. But you've been praying all day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need this, that, and that. God wasn't there to hear that one, but I did. Here you go. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Even if it's something,
I was God for a day.
Exactly. Even if it's something small,
but
giving somebody.
Now I'm a cocky shit. Yeah. I'm a cocky shit. Yeah. It's just on some. Look out for your brother.
Exactly.
Look out for your brother, man.
I'm just my own authority.
Right. Look out for your brother. Look out for one.
But even if it's something as small as giving somebody a ride to work, or giving somebody some food, or even helping somebody pay a bill that they late on. Like,
hell no.
I mean, I'm saying not the whole damn thing. It's like, I'll slide you 20, maybe even 30, 40 bucks to help pay your bill.
You got 30 days to pay that goddamn. What was you doing?
Right.
What was you doing?
But yeah, I mean, even if
you gotta at least be appreciative when somebody does do something.
That's the number one thing about
be appreciative.
Like, I'm gonna tell you
don't
like
take
this,
it
for
man.
granted and keep using it.
This is a heated discussion, and we got my boy Jay Thomas right here. We almost 30 minutes strong. We're going to cut y'all out because I want y'all to hear that shit. You feel me? Yes, I'm Celiano signing out.
Big weed.
Jay, a.k.a. TheDreadMan.
And we up out of there, TheDreadMan. Keep the discussion till next time. We're going to tell y'all about how we go there with them biggest Friday today.